I want to talk about how to choose a financial advisor. Now, full disclosure, I am a financial advisor. I run my own advisory practice called Drich Wealth Management. But I think these are best practices that really help you navigate that decision, whether you choose us or not. I think first, the thing that you want to look at, in no particular order, by the way, is what licenses do they have? Are they licensed to do basically the gamut of securities, not just a mutual funds, not just, an insurance product? I think that can be a red flag because someone once said to the man with the hammer, the whole world's a nail. So I think in a perfect world, what you want is somebody who's maybe got their Series 7 or they're an RIA. These are kind of jargon terms, but a Series 7 is a person who's registered with FINRA, who can do stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, any registered security. And then perhaps have an insurance license. So if you need to have some type of insurance or annuity, that they can also address that. And again, just not somebody who has maybe what we call like a Series 6, which would be only mutual funds. It's very limiting, and so you're going to get that recommendation because that's all they're allowed to sell. Secondly, I think that having somebody who is a fiduciary is a huge advantage. A few years back, the government had proposed to do what was called a fiduciary rule, and that was overturned, and they decided not to. At the time, I was with the Fortune 500 broker-dealer, Merrill Lynch, and every one of the major firms fought that. And having a fiduciary means that they have to do what's in your best interest, or strive to do what's in your very best interest by law. And when you're dealing with a registered investment advisor, that's the standard of care. When you're dealing with a certified financial planner, that's the standard of care, and that's how we operate. The next thing I would look at would be accreditation. There's a lot of different accreditations people have. I think that having a CFP is probably one of the best designations because, again, it makes them a fiduciary. It's a very rigorous test to have to go through. So you're not dealing with somebody who's, I guess a bad student. And they're also maintaining a, continuing education to say, on top of their craft. They're also regulated by the CFP Board of Standards. So they're held to a higher standard in addition to that. I think that that's a very good accreditation to have, but there's others. But for financial planning and the basic, I think, things that, Americans need to tackle with regard to retirement, estate, and insurance and taxes, all those things are covered in the CFP. Next, and I think this is, just as important as the last few I've discussed, is experience. There's really no, as you know, substitute for experience. I started in this business when I was in my early 20s. Over 2 decades on, I truly believe I'm a much better advisor than I was, stepping out of training, at Payne Weber in the 90s. There's just no replacing experience. It's just like your doctor, or, if you're going to have heart surgery, you probably don't want the person who's doing his third, And I think those are good places to start. Beyond that, obviously, you've got to like the person and feel comfortable with them. So you meet with them, you talk with them. Is this somebody I can work with? Somebody you feel comfortable with? But have that process, have those things in mind, and I think that you'll land with somebody quality. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.